So is it really possible to pay off your home loan in 7 years?
Yeah, people pay, paying up to, $10,000 to learn these 3 strategies to pay off your home in as short as 7 years.
Yeah.
But we're going to break it all down today, and it's all going to be for free.
So you are saving a shitload.
Like you're almost saving $500,000 worth of interest.
Yeah, and 22 years.
Yeah, you're paying more interest than what the property's worth originally. The average wage in Australia wouldn't cover an $8,000 mortgage repayment per month.
You don't have to pay $5,000 to learn this shit.
Yeah.
So these are some things, like I'm seeing a lot of courses and a lot of things that you can sign up for. They're $5,000, $10,000, and they're guaranteeing to help you pay off your home loan in 7 years.
Yeah.
Some of them I call bullshit on, but we're going to actually unpack it today and see what is actually possible.
The truth is there's no magic behind it.
No.
It's a pretty simple strategy, but it's just selling that lack of financial literacy, I think, and discipline to know the strategies that you need to do to actually execute it.
And that's the biggest thing as well. People are paying this $5,000 or whatever it is, thinking they're getting access to this secret.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's not, but we'll show you how. So let's unpack this. So let's say you've got a 30-year home loan. You've got a choice between weekly, fortnightly, and monthly.
Yeah.
Now, one of the common myths is, obviously, it's not really a myth, but if you pay fortnightly or weekly, it's just going to smash your home loan down.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Making weekly or fortnightly, yes, but on average, it takes about 3 years off your mortgage.
And again, there's no secret strategy to that. It's just you're making an additional repayment.
Yep.
So you pay your home loan off quicker.
Correct.
That's it.
You're paying more.
Yeah.
That's how it's going down.
Yeah.
The next thing that we will look at,
well, the normal setup for a mortgage, and you could touch on this a bit more, but the normal is just 30 years interest only or principal and interest.
Yep.
Additional things that you can add onto the loan, whether a redraw facility and offset account. That's a typical structure for most loans.
Yeah, and that's myth number 2, or the thing number 2 is having an offset or a redraw is going to pay off your mortgage in 7 years.
Yeah.
Simple fact again, they're both going to be very similar.
Yeah.
An offset and a redraw both work almost identical.
Yeah.
So let's say, I'm going to put it in simple terms, let's say you had a $500,000 loan and you had $100,000 in cash.
Yeah.
If you put that $100,000 into a separate account, an offset account, you're going to pay interest on $400,000.
Yeah.
But your loan balance remains at $500,000.
Yeah.
But it's
you're only
linked,
getting charged interest
correct,
on the $400,000.
But visually speaking, you look at it, your balance is still $500,000.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, if you had a redraw account, you would put that $100,000 into the home loan account. There's no separate account. It goes into the home loan account. The balance drops down to $400K, and then it says you've got $100,000 available.
Yeah.
Now, what a lot of these courses are showing people how to do, or what they're telling people to do, is to scrap offset accounts altogether and to just use redraw and to basically pay your entire wage into the redraw account and then pay yourself like an allowance or some sort of salary, a small amount each week, and you live off that.
Which is just, and we've spoken about it with valuations and how first home buyers based a valuation on property based on the marketing figure. What we were just discussing there before is that because of the redraw facility, with having the $100,000 paid off, essentially, you've got $400,000 balance as opposed to $500,000.
Yep.
It's just a psychological difference.
Yes.
Thinking that you don't have that access to that extra $100,000, or you think that your loan is less.
Yep.
Therefore, you contribute to just change your behaviour and almost excites you to try and pay down your debt faster because you don't have that big figure.
It's basically a psychological thing where, you've got that $100,000 in there, you pull 10,000 out, all of a sudden the balance goes up 10 grand and you freak out. If it's in an offset account and you pull 10 grand out, you don't notice.
Yeah.
It's not actually linked to anything.
Yeah.
So I partially agree with that.
Yeah.
But it isn't a secret.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay $5,000 to learn this shit.
Yeah. So the 3 steps, step number 1, what they teach is to direct all of your income into a redraw facility, a redraw account.
Yep.
Now, we just touched on it then, but the difference is basically redraw as opposed to offset is that you don't have access to that capital and the loan balance is less than an offset.
Correct.
But hand in hand, they do the same thing.
Exactly. This strategy, which we'll step through now, would work if you did it via an redraw or an offset. So again, you basically, let's say you're a couple, you're putting
Yep.
both your wages into the loan account. So you change with your employer, you get paid directly into that loan account. Now, what this strategy entails then is you go and do a budget, and you live like an absolute poor person, like I'm talking 2-minute noodles and
Yeah.
absolute poor person style. Pretend you're 16 again or whatever, and you're paying yourself a very small wage.
Yeah.
And now that wage is enough to basically buy bare minimal.
Yeah.
So that's the second part. You're paying yourself, and then the step 3 is literally just committing to it and sticking to it, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
But again,
Creating that discipline and behavior with consistency
Yep.
to leave the money in the redraw facility, pay yourself a small wage and live like a teenager, basically until you pay off your mortgage. Now, that does come with benefits, but there's no secret strategy to that. Like we said, if you still had that money in an offset account, the problem is when you've got the money in an offset account, you want to go and spend it.
yeah, it's easy to spend.
Yeah. So it's just not having the money available and the discipline to not use the money.
So let's punch into some of the numbers. I put it in, and we made sure that this is actually achievable and put it into real figures. So listen to these ones. So let's say you had a $600,000 loan on 5.5% interest rate on a 30-year term. Repayments are going to be around $3,406 per month, which totals a total interest amount of $626. So the total cost to repay your $600,000 loan is 1.23.
So over the life of the loan, and this is why it's so appealing to people to do, not only do you pay your loan off in less than a third of the time, but it's appealing because your loan balance that you originally had was $600,000 and the total interest that's payable is $626,000. So you're paying
It's a rort.
you're paying more interest than what the property's worth originally.
Minimum repayments, let's be clear with this, minimum repayments is mostly a rort, but we will talk about another method as well. But if you wanted to pay this off in 7 years or 7.5 years, you'd have to make an extra $4,750 per month in extra repayments. So on top of your existing repayments, which gives you a total monthly repayment of $8,150.
Yeah.
So substantial.
Yeah. That's why Brad said that you'd be living like a fucking
Exactly.
eating peanuts for
You're
the
not
rest of
doing
your
much. But that does actually dramatically reduce your overall cost. So the total cost then comes down to $733,000 or $133,000 worth of interest.
Yeah.
So you are saving a shitload.
Like you're almost saving $500,000 worth of interest.
Yeah, and 22 years.
Yeah.
So I understand why people are doing this. I really do. But is there a better way?
Well, and again, there is a better way. We'll get into it. But the average wage in Australia wouldn't cover an $8,000 mortgage repayment per month.
No. You've got to live as well.
You've got to live, but a lot of people's wage wouldn't be that much.
No.
So it's not realistic in many respects.
So the catch, obviously this works really well if you follow it.
Yeah.
Don't expect to be going on holidays. Don't buy a caravan. Don't don't do any of the shit that you enjoy in life.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to tough it out for 8 years.
Yeah.
And you'll I guess the theory behind this is delayed gratification.
And the thing is, there is that other thing where you go, well, do you increase your hours and just work a shitload and just pay off your mortgage in 7 years, and then you own your house outright where everyone else is still slugging away with work and trying to pay down their debt? Do you want that? Do you want that benefit to not live your life for 6 years for a better life in the future? It's one of those things. Weigh it up.
So only works if you stick to it. Simple as that. But this is probably the next one that I'm going to talk about is probably my preferred because you do get to live a normal life.
Yeah.
And it works out very similar.
Yeah.
So option number 2, if you don't want to live like a poor person, do the budgeting and all that sort of shit, you can actually just buy an investment property. So use your existing equity, pull out a 10 or 20% deposit plus costs. So no out of pocket, you don't need savings for that. You release that. And in this scenario, we're going to go then buy an $850,000 property.
Yep.
Now, $850,000 property, we're going to assume that you're getting a 4.5% rental yield. The out-of-pocket costs are quite minimal.
Which, for everyone listening, is very achievable. I'm still buying $1.2 million properties at a 4.5% yield in high-growth locations. So
before anyone comments and say, hey, bullshit.
4.5 is definitely achievable.
So it is doable. Now, the other assumption we're making is that it's an 8% growth, which again is very conservative in certain markets. Now, same time period, I'm going to do a 7-year and a 10-year comparison here.
Yep.
But let's go with 7 to start off with. So it's $850,000 property. In 7 years, it's going to be worth 1.46, which is a capital gain of 610,000. Yes, if you sell, you are going to get capital gains tax and you are going to get selling costs.
Yep.
So it's not quite enough to do what you're wanting to do here, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
You're going to be reasonably close. And you got to remember over that 7-year period as well that your loan balance has gone down. So your goal isn't actually 600K anymore.
Yeah.
It might be 500, depending on what it is.
The thing is, it's like you've got that. That's just a comparison of your owner-occupied property with getting one investment property.
Yeah.
There's different strategies out there with if you're doing the rent vesting and you're just getting an investment and then another investment, or if you continue to extract equity and purchase again, and you buy different property types, whether it's something with good depreciation, so a non-cash expense to decrease your tax deductions or increase your servicing as well. But then there's other properties where you could potentially buy high-yielding properties to continue to expand the portfolio, and that's just a better strategy than living like a poor person for close to 10 years.
100%. So now on 10 years, same purchase price, 850. After 10 years, it's worth 1.8 mil. Capital gain of 983,000. Yes, again, you're going to pay fees to sell this off, but realistically, you're going to comfortably clear the 600K loan after 10 years.
Yeah.
So option 2, live a normal life, buy an investment property, hold it for 10 years, sell it, pay off your mortgage.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do 8 years or 7 years.
Eating carrots and rice for dinner.
Exactly. So it's really up to the listeners to decide which way they want to go down. But if you do want to pay your home loan off in less than 10 years, you either make extra repayments or you buy an asset that's going to grow in value, sell that asset, use the funds to pay it off.
So basically the secret is make extra repayments and you'll pay off your home in 7 years.
I'll throw my BSB and account number in the comments and you can transfer me the $5,000 for this strategy.
That's $5,000 course.
That's literally it. But that is how simple it is.
Yeah.
You've got your 2 options, make extra repayments or buy a property.
Have consistency and discipline.
Yeah. So that's it for today. If there's any other things that anyone wants me to tear apart or call bullshit on, throw it in the comments.
And
I'm happy to look at it.
One of the subscribers mentioned Mill Park in Melbourne recently. That's coming up in the next episode. We're going to pull it apart.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
See you in the next one.